PPI came out today along with initial jobless claims. We're going to talk about that. We're going to look at the miners, see how their forms are coming into the charts here this week. And that's about all we're going to cover today. Actually, I think I'll look at Coinbase as well. But before we get going, smash that like button. Subscribe if you've been with us a while and haven't done so yet. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Let's get into it. So today, September 12th, we got jobless claims and core PPI. The market overall isn't really doing a lot so much, not nearly as much as it did yesterday. So like these weren't really big moving numbers. You can see wholesale prices rose 0.2% for PPI, and the core actually went up 0.3%, which was in line with expectations, which for some reason aren't listed in here. Interesting. Okay, so anyways, yeah, no, it is 2.2. So it came in a little hot for month over month for core, and I'll show you that in a second. Unemployment came in at 230,000, just a few thousand higher than the expectation, so kind of in line, so nothing too outrageous there. I think this really was the number that would have sent us flying high if it was much higher, or caused us to crash if it came in much lower. So coming in line, I think, with the unemployment coming in line, I think is why we're seeing a pretty much flat to nothing burger market today, because that was kind of the big one. We know the Fed is going to cut, so inflation numbers, we're not too concerned about those unless they're spiking up. It's the unemployment that we're looking for to see if the Fed is going to panic or not. So this kind of indicates that things are in line. That means that the Fed is even more solidified in their 0.25% rate cut next week, and that is what the market has already priced in. So we're seeing a flat day today. So anyways, let's see. So the core year over year was 3.3, which was a little bit came in line, I believe that came in line. Let's see, does it show me my core year over year? No, it's not showing the year over year, but I believe, yeah, it came in basically the same as last month, the same as July. So again, the market didn't really care. The market didn't care about this report because, again, everything basically came in line as expected, and yeah, they've already priced all this stuff in. So let's go ahead and take a look at the miners. CleanSpark, I like this chart right now. Let me turn that off right there. All right, I like this chart right here. Why do I like this chart right now? I'll tell you why I like this chart right now. So we came off a bottom, right? We closed two candles. We closed two candles above this little formation here where we got that little green engulfing there. We closed two candles above it. We got a third one opening, hopefully closing above it. This third candle can open and close above this area right here. We're going to be having a very, very good time. Let's see here. And as soon as, I'm going to turn off this one right here because this one's not so important. But as soon as we get, is that locked? Why did I lock that? Go away. As soon as we get above this yellow line here, I'm not locking that again. 1019. As soon as we get above that, which is this big engulfing red candle, the moment we close above that, I'm going to be feeling very bullish. Okay, I'm going to be feeling very bullish. Now, the only concern I'll have is that mid ATR band up at 1079 once we get there. Okay, that will be somewhat of a concern, but we may hit it and reject. We may hit it and slice right through it. But let's see, how much of a move do we need to get before I'm feeling like super confident? It's about 8%. We can do that in a day. About 8%. I don't know if we'll do that today because you can see everything's barely moving, but we can do that in a day. So that's interesting and good there. So let's see here. I think there was an earthquake just now. The whole building just kind of shifted. Anyways, we're watching this trend line up here. What I like about this is this is kind of trending up, and this is mostly going flat right here. Okay, making something of a pennant. When we get above these, I'll expect a move quickly up to 1019. Okay, so once we're out of this little pennant formation here, which you can see as a bullish pennant, once we're out of that, I'm looking for a quick move up to 1019. I want to see us get above 1019. I want to conquer this red line here. Why do I want to conquer this one specifically? Well, one, it's a pretty big red bar, but it's also one with the highest volume right down here on September 3rd. Highest volume in the most, in the range here, in the closest range down here where we need, the levels we need to get above. Yep, that was an earthquake. I paused the video and checked. We had a 5.1 just outside of Los Angeles, so that was an earthquake. Anyways, I'm in a pretty nice building, so I barely noticed it. I only noticed because the windows shifted and you could hear them. Anyways, let's see here. Let's get on to back onto CleanSpark. Anyways, so yeah, we're looking for it to get above that 937 and close above that. I would like to see it be a little more decisive than that. Seeing this wick on the bottom here, I like that, but the volume bar is going to have to get a lot bigger by the end of the day for me to feel like this is like a follow through move, because you've been noticing in the last 3 days, if we come over here, get rid of that big bar. All right, there's volume down here. You can see it's growing. It's ever so slightly growing, but it's been growing every day since we bottomed out there on September 6th. So I would like to see that volume continue to grow, or at least match one of these 3 bars from the previous 3 days on today's volume. Otherwise, I would be concerned about buyers being defeated by bears and pushed back down. If we break this gray trend line that I've got here, we break that, we're coming back to the lows down here about 845 again. But that is what I'm looking at. That's what I'm watching for. CleanSpark. Let's move on to BitDigital. BitDigital is up 3% today. That's pretty nice. Let's see here. What do we got? Let me get rid of that big bar here. Ooh, yeah. All right. BitDigital. That's where we want. We want to conquer today. We want to close above 280. We want to close above 280 on BitDigital today. We do that, we have room up to $3. Again, same sort of situation. We want to stay above this white trend line that's down here. We are solidly outside of this descending channel, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. We are creating an uglier type of pennant here. The bodies here are a lot bigger. We're making an uglier one, but we are moving up harder than CleanSpark is today on that, but we are doing so on smaller volume. I would like to see how this volume plays out today on BitDigital. I would like to see it at least match the volume from Tuesday in order to really feel confident about it, but we are getting above this candle here, which has the largest, you can see the volume bar down here, it's the largest set of selling volume that we've got around. So we get above that. There's not like these other candles, these larger candles, they have less volume in them, so they'll be easier to conquer. This will be the hard one. So 280. Once we get above that, we got room up to $3. To the downside, we can come as low as 256 before we're in trouble on BitDigital. Let's take a look at Bitfarms. How's Bitfarms doing? I like this, actually. Well, do I like this? Oof, that's hard to say. I know. I just flip-flopped pretty hard just there. All right. Anyways, we got this channel right here. This channel right there. We lose that channel, we're coming back to the bottom of it around 179. Okay, that's just reality there. On this one, we need to conquer 213. We got to get up and above 213. Got to get up and above 213. That's where the largest bit of volume here is in the local area. The largest bit of selling volume is in the local area, 213. But as soon as we get above 213, 218 might slap us down at the mid ATR band. So we got to watch for that. We can conquer that mid ATR band. Like honestly, 213 to 218 is where we are going to struggle. We get above that, or especially if we do it decisively, if we do like a slice above that, then our next level is going to be 248. So watch out for that on Bitfarms. Today, the candle's looking really good. I like what it is doing, but it is making an ascending channel. Now, the thing that I like about this ascending channel is all these wicks on the bottom. And if we can push ourselves up over the next couple of days and get above that 213, I'll be feeling pretty confident about this ascending channel in terms of it not breaking to the downside, at least not right away. If it does, if we do lose it though, we could find ourselves back around 180. And we'll see. I mean, of course, this is all going to be connected to Bitcoin and how that does. Let's move on to Marathon. Marathon's up almost nothing at all. It's up 0.35%. Now, we did go up and above the ascending channel, and we're holding above this ascending channel. Let's see here. On Mara, it's got to get above this one right here. It's got to get above 1750. Eesh. Let me draw that right there. We got to get above 1756. Actually, we got to get above about 1756 before we're feeling super duper bullish on Mara. Now, the nice thing about that is that is actually above the mid ATR band, meaning we already conquered the mid ATR band before we get above that chunk of volume. Actually, let me see. There's actually another good one right here where we currently are right now at right at $16. You can see it right down here from August 12th there on that nice big chunk of volume there. So we get above that, we have room up to the next big chunk of volume, which is going to be at 1756. I bet you if I put on a volume profile, let's go take a look at how that volume profile plays out. Yeah, we're 16, and then we start hitting big volume right as we approach that 1756. As soon as we get above it, we've got up to about 1810 before we got room all the way up to almost 20 before it really gets thick up there. And right now we're in, you can see right at $16. If I zoom, you can see just one little bar right at 1604 there holding us back. So yeah, volume profile basically plays out about the way I would expect it to. based on that, analyzing the bars down here. Anyways, yeah, Mars got to do that. To the downside, let's see, what do we got here? We got these two bars that are about the same. If we go below 1543, we'll re-enter this channel, probably test the bottom of it down at 1485 for Mara, and that's Mara right now. Okay, let's go take a look at RIOT. Right, I know I'm going real fast today, but like today it's pretty, not a lot going on. They're all pretty easy to look at right now in terms of what we're deciding. RIOT, same sort of thing as Bitfarm. So we're getting lots of wicks on the bottom. It is following this channel up, this ascending channel. And we know ascending channels like to break to the downside. They don't always break to the downside, but they do like to do it. So we're in this ascending channel. We're solidly in the bottom half. This MACD indicator showing us in bearish territory. On here, we got to get above 750. So we got to conquer 750 on RIOT in order to start getting real bullish. But of course, as soon as we get up to 750, 776 in the mid ATR band is going to give us a slap. So we do need to watch that 776 as well. So once we get to 750, we also have to conquer 776 before we're feeling bullish. And once we're feeling bullish there again, we could get back into this other ascending channel that's higher up here, and even potentially even touch the ATR band up there at 890. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the volume profile, see how that pops in. Yeah, basically, yeah, 806 will give us some trouble. We start hitting the bottom of this chunk of volume here, right above that bar, which is what, about 860 or 760, excuse me, 760. On the downside, volume profile could pick us up at 681. So if we lose this channel, 681 might pick us up and we'll start cruising on up, which would also coincide with the bottom of this big green bar here. That one, 698, yeah. So yeah, RIOT really needs to move up here. We can't lose this ascending channel, otherwise we'll find ourselves back about 680 again pretty quick. Otherwise, we get up to 750. We really got a lot of work cut out for us to get anywhere above $8. But once we get above $8, at least on the volume profile, like 828, we can fight, and then above that, we're going all the way up to like $9. So RIOT actually kind of has a big fight ahead of it, bigger than some of the others right now, so than some of its peers, to conquer this downtrend that it's been in for a while. But we are outside of this descending channel, which is always good. It's always good to break a descending channel, at least if you want it to go up. So right there, boom, right there. Yeah, so we've broken that solidly. We've been out of it for 2 days now. We got to stay above that. And if we were to re-enter that, man, it'd be all the way down at 636. That would be pretty tough. I wouldn't want to see that at all. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to see that. That would suck. Let's move on to IREN. IREN also barely up today. It's up 0.8% today. I like this one a lot better. This looks a lot more like Clean Spark. Okay, this is what I'm looking at here. So we got a bit of a flat top there, and we got this line here. Okay, making a pennant. We're making a bullish pennant. We close above, what is that, 762. We close above 762 today. I'd be looking at this thing to do some other interesting things. Let me see, where's my biggest piece of red volume? Right here. I want to see, oh yeah, 779. It really has to get above 779 for us to start feeling bullish again. And we could move up to this pink line here, 833, before we start running into trouble again on IREN. I'm going to go and delete these. I don't really need them. So yeah, I want to see it get above, that, but it's got to get above the mid ATR band, honestly. 802. Until we get above 802, I'm not feeling bullish. Even if we conquer this big red candle here, I'm still not feeling it. Yeah, because right there, this other big one over here, which is even bigger, even a little bit bigger, that one goes up to the wick, at least goes all the way up to 810. So yeah, 810, and then 833 is going to be a big conquer. Yeah, IREN's got kind of a lot of work cut out for it as well. And if we lose this ascending channel right here, we could find ourselves all the way back down at 672. So I might pick more up around 672 if I were DCAing, which I am doing on IREN. None of this, and of course, none of this is financial advice and not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. It is purely for informational and entertainment purposes. Here's the Trade Cave. I just decided I like saying it that way. I don't know. Anyways, coming down to 672, I'd probably do some DCAing down there if I got a chance to buy it down there again. Any chance I get to buy this under $7, I have been taking. I'm trying to build up to about 1,000 shares on IREN. I know that's not a huge bag for a lot of you, but it would put IREN up in the top 3 position for the miners that I am holding, especially since I deleveraged from my miners in a big way in order to buy a lot more MicroStrategy. So that is what I'm looking at there with IREN. I want to get about 1,000 shares of that, and I'd like to see it return back up to the highs in the high 20s. I want to cash this out for, like 30K or something at some point in the future. That would be fantastic. Would love it. So yeah, anytime I get a chance to buy this under $7, I have been doing that. And CleanSpark, honestly, anything under 9, I've been buying, DCing into CleanSpark. Bit Digital, if it gets under 250, I'll be DCAing into that. If Bitfarms goes back down into the 180s, I'll be DCAing into that as well. Mara, I am looking for a swing play. I'm not quite in anything yet there, but I am looking for at least one swing up on that with a call option is what I'm trying to do there. Let's look at CORZ. CORZ, oh man, this thing is just so dang strong. Look at this thing. It just never gives up. This thing just won't quit. CORZ is like, I do have some regrets not being in CORZ, but like I just can't with such little price history. It's too risky for me personally. I'm already taking so much risk. I don't like adding risk on top of my risk. Anyways, CORZ though, man, it's one I do feel the FOMO about it, but I'm not letting it, get to me. Anyways, we're above the mid ATR band on this thing. We're above the mid ATR band. This is the only one I've looked at so far that is above the mid ATR band. And what does that do? It opens it up to potentially come to the top here, which would be a return to almost $12. Now, we do have some things in our way. Like we have to get above the neckline here of this double bottom formation that came in CORZ, like right here, bottom, bottom. We got to get above this area right here. So let me draw a horizontal line that's actually straight, and we'll see where that neckline is. Okay, man, give me what I want. All right, there we go. Precision tools. All right. Anyways, we got to get above 1087. Above 1087, we're opened up to $12. If we lose this low down here at 930, we come back to 831. But I mean, CORZ's just been such a performer, I wouldn't even be concerned about that right now until I start seeing it get below, 965. Right now, I'm looking at it to go up. As long as we close above this mid ATR band, that's kind of the catch there. All right, let's look at WULF. How's WULF doing? All right, second one above the mid ATR band, also making something of a double bottom here. We got our bottom, bottom, boom, and then we might make a run for those highs potentially. They're on WULF. WULF is looking good. WULF is looking good again. We are breaking out a little bit. We hold above that mid ATR band. We got room to the upside, and that is good looking for WULF. I like that. I don't even need to do a whole lot more analysis here. Look at this. Okay, so this one, look at what happened here. All right, let me zoom in on this. You're going to like this. You're going to like this, especially those of you in the WULF pack. All right, let's go right here. This candle right here, September 6th. Notice that big red volume came in. Look what happened. Yesterday, we got above it. We closed above it, and we're holding above. This is one of the few that are showing strength because it conquered its local area, the highest selling volume of its local area. It conquered that. As long as it holds above this candle at 424, and above the mid ATR band at 441, as long as it holds that, it has room all the way up to $5 here before we run into any significant resistance. And if we conquer that, we can easily find ourselves back up in the mid 5s on WULF. So that is pretty fantastic. And as long as we don't lose, now that's way down there. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine for now. We're fine. Let's take a look at CIFR. People like to hear about CIFR. Let's see, CIFR is actually down 1% today while its peers are up. That's not good. It is hanging out. See, so its local area, its highest area of selling volume in the local area, its local area highest selling volume, it's a weird way of saying that, is at $3.08. We're currently right on the line of that. We need to get above that. We get above that, right? We get above that 308 and close above that. Then we have room all the way up to the mid ATR band at 361. We can't do that. That's going to be a problem. And then we have our highest level of buying volume in the local area down here at 298. We get below 298. So we got to get above 308 to go to the mid ATR band or fall below 298. And then we have room all the way to the bottom ATR band down at like 270, 262. So that is what we're looking at on CIFR. I did say I'd talk about coin today. So let's talk about coin real quick. We're looking at coin. I don't like that. This looks like a bear flag right here. I don't like that. That looks like a bear flag. I don't like it. Okay, we're done. No, I'm just kidding. That's not it. Let's see here. Biggest area of concern right now. We need to get above 162, 162, 163, $163. We got to get above $163 on coin. And we have to do it without going below this trend line right here. Let me draw this. We have to do it without going below that trend line. We're making something of a pennant here. This is forming a pennant. Now, I don't hate that. Sometimes they're good. In this situation, I don't love it because the pennant goes all the way to the bottom of this big red candle here. So that concerns me. We need to get above 163. We got to do it fairly quickly, and that opens us up to 183. We don't do that, then we can come back to the bottom ATR band at 147 on coin. Notice how the buying volume is falling as we are rising. That is not good. That is no good. We lose 150, yeah, $150.90 or $151. We lose 151. We lose 151. We're going to test this low down here at 146. We lose 146. We can find ourselves all the way back down to 137 pretty quickly on the daily. But if we get above 163, then we're opened up all the way up to the mid ATR band if we get above 163. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're watching for. Coin. Anyways, that is not all I've got for you today. I wanted to talk about NVIDIA because NVIDIA is a beast. Look at this thing. It went up 8% yesterday. It's up another 1.42% today. My cash secured put on that bad boy's got to be printing. Let's take a look at that thing right now. Let me load it up. It's going to take a second. I'm just going to keep talking until it gets there because I don't feel like editing right now. It is up. Okay, so I'm up 9% today on that NVIDIA. That's $35. I'm up 9%. Okay, it is currently making me $399 on that put. So I'm up 52.79% on this put that I opened. When did I open this thing? I opened it on September 3rd. So we're looking at 9 days of price action. I'm up 52% on this bad boy. I love this. This is great. This is fantastic. Wonderful. NVIDIA is crushing it. The other one that is absolutely crushing it that I'm going to keep talking about because I think it's going to be a very important stock, and it already feels like it is a very important stock, is Palantir. Palantir went up and touched $35 today. It's up at the top of this ascending channel, just slamming into the top ATR band. My call options on this, my covered calls on this are still kind of just, I keep having to roll them out because it keeps going up. So that's kind of frustrating. But at some point, this thing will come down to a reasonable price action somewhere in the low 30s, high 20s, and I'll finally be able to get out from underneath those covered calls and just hold on to my stocks for a little while until they start going into a larger downtrend and I can get more aggressive with my covered calls once more without having to sweat every week. But Palantir is another one of those ones that just keeps going up. Look at that uptrend. We came down into May and then we just kept going. Even that August 5th dip, like it came back down to the support from May and then just absolutely rocketed off that. I mean, let's look at this. From August 5th, we're just slightly over a month of price action. This thing is up 66%. Palantir is an absolute beast. And I do want to see it come back down at least to 32 to feel, like that healthy price action is coming in. Preferably, I'd like to see it come back down to 29. That would really give me some confidence in this up move because right now we're just stair-stepping up, but like it just won't quit. And at some point, it's going to turn around on me. And I don't want to be caught in that situation. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.